Prepare to attack the enemy's control points.
Get behind me, Doctor!
I am fully charged!
You are listening to Control Point, a Team Fortress 2 podcast with Brent Copeland, Eric Fullerton, Wes Wilson, and Spencer Williams.
Control Point, episode 30, recorded on May 11th, 2008.
I'm Brent Copeland.
I am Eric Fullerton.
And I am Spencer Williams. We are missing...
And I am
Wes
Wilson.
Yeah, Wes is missing in
We're
action.
missing Wes.
Click.
He went to Mexico and ate a bad tuna fish sandwich and
drink some water.
He did. He drank some water to wash down the bad tuna fish salad, and I think that just made everything worse. Yeah, he's not here.
But he did send some tequila and a sombrero.
Sweet. Did he send like little bamboo umbrellas?
He did, and all of that stuff is right here in the briefcase.
Wow, we're going
that?
old school.
Wow, look at all the tequila in here. Dried up worms, everything.
You know,
All right.
I don't drink tequila anymore. I've given it up.
Oh, that's good. Who's gonna sift through all of these sombreros to
Hand
find
it
the
over to
important dots?
Brent.
Well, it
Hand it
says
over to Brent.
here, Wes, but let's see. In here, we also got some little messages written in bottles. I don't know if he was on an island or something. But anyway, we're not going to talk about Warpath, but it's in here anyway.
Yeah, Warpath is in there. We were going to talk about Warpath, but we all hate it, so...
And Wes can't make us.
You guys suck.
So what we're going to talk about is the calendar contest, how we have some Control Point shirts now available.
Yay.
Woohoo! Some Uber server news, and then a bunch of non-TF2 stuff.
Yeah.
Non-TF2
We're gonna
stuff. I don't understand.
Give that a shot. We're going to give that a shot, see how it goes.
It's been one of those weeks.
Cool.
Yeah. It was a long week. How was your week? Someone?
It was great. It was jam-packed. I had Mother's Day. I had my daughter turned 2, had a birthday for her. Soccer games and all that kind of stuff. We had a production meeting for Dead Workers on a new thing we're working on.
Mm-hmm.
Man, Brent, you're turning into a total soccer mom.
It is.
Totally. Yeah.
Is. And I played some games. Not much TF2 this week, though. I played a lot of Icarium for a while.
Nice.
But then I got banned.
Oh.
From Icarium.
You mentioned this right before the show, and I want to know, how did you get banned? What did you do?
Well, have you ever heard of Maltese?
Maltese?
Yeah.
No, I don't. You mean like multi-boxing?
Apparently,
like in
you
an
can't
MMO?
share IPs. And I'd been messing around with like another account. Like I didn't even put it in our coalition or anything.
Yeah.
I was just kind of playing around, and it kind of sucked because the other account was like off in the middle, like nowhere near me. I think it was 22 days to get anywhere near where I was.
Uh-huh.
So,
And they banned you for it?
yeah, apparently you can't have multiple accounts.
Ooh.
You know, so
Wow.
I can understand it a little bit, but I don't know.
It's very odd, you know, because me and Brent have had dual accounts in WoW for years, and it's no big deal as long as, I mean, how can you really cheat when playing the game the way it was intended? That's what really gets me.
They have a whole bunch of rules, and I did read these about resource sharing, and if you have, you know, one of the big things about the game is getting enough resources to have multiple settlements, so you can have more resources. And if you just build multiple accounts and share resources that way, then you are completely circumventing their multiple, you know, settlement whole thing.
Yeah.
So I guess I can see, you know,
Well,
No,
why don't they just, you know, tell you to close one of your accounts and close it and then let you keep playing?
I
don't know.
guess I was a bad boy and broke the rules, so they don't want me. But actually, I think they said I could start another account because they said, well,
Oh, okay.
next time play, because I was just like, you know, I cheesed it and said, well, it's me and my wife playing, you know. Makes sense to me, right? A lot of people play in the same household and have the same IP. Or,
Yeah.
you know, what if you're in a college? You know, a lot of
That's
times
true.
you're going to come out on the same IP.
Now, Wes comes over here and plays Acarium, and so do you, Brent. We all play on the same IP sometimes. So.
Uh-oh. That's
Yeah.
pretty scary.
I mean, I'm sure it's a little more like, because, you know, I would log in and out and
Log in
you know,
with the other account. Yeah.
So it was probably a little more noticeable, you know, but, you know, regardless.
Well, you know, there was another thing about Acarium that irks me too. Brent, you were saying that they have kind of a list of rules that you must obey.
Yeah, they
that are
put
in the
rules in their
forums.
forums.
This is
You know?
ridiculous.
It's like, did you know that in Acarium that you can't attack someone more than a certain amount of times?
I did know that. I read that rule.
You did?
Well,
did
now
you
they
know
just made
that
a
you
new
can't?
rule that
Oh, really?
blockading someone counts as an attack,
Oh.
and it's just in
That's
the
kind of
forums,
weak.
though.
You know what they should
You
do?
know?
They should build all this stuff into the actual gameplay
Exactly.
rules.
Yeah.
Exactly.
So,
I mean, that's
wouldn't
just-
it be easy to build it into the game? You know,
yeah, it really would.
attack X, you know.
Yeah,
how
I
many
mean that's
times, you
for
know?
them to decide, and they should not be attacking their users with things like that. And we kind of touched on that last week when Valve said that, well, you know, the unwritten rule is not to put that, you know, command line in there. Sorry, we didn't tell you about it, but now we are. You're banned. You know that.
You know, I don't
is-
care about any of this. I still like Aquarium. I'm still.
Oh,
gonna
I
play
still
it.
totally love it, but like it's just like if you could try to imagine if WoW did that, like Blizzard had all these rules that once a week they posted in the forums and said, "Okay, guys, now you're not allowed to do this and you're not allowed to do that." Yeah, right. The 9 million people are really going to obey that, right?
Yeah.
Yeah,
mean-
and I still like Acarium the game. I think it's a great game. And matter of fact, I was telling Eric before the podcast, I'm almost kind of glad I got banned because I was spending so much time in Acarium. You know, I had to have a screen open with Acarium for that next time I had to start something or move something, and so it was taking up a lot of time that I should have been working on the forums.
Yeah, I just got my my third settlement. So
I did
yeah,
too.
I'm happy. Awesome.
I did that just this week.
I was about to get my third.
But,
Anyway, let's.
And then
Move on from our
I was
Carium
working on
podcast.
forums this week as well. Not ours. There's another one I run that an old admin came back that hadn't been under the new software yet.
You're cheating on us.
Well, no, I'm cheating on them with actually because I've had that community for since Cybermole since probably 7 years. But anyway, so he came back and made like 3 pages of changes because in the new PHP BB you can see all the admin changes.
Yeah.
And just deletions and moves and creates and all this stuff. I get back and one of the forms was missing, and I was like, "That's odd," you know. So I went back and changed it, and it was there, but it was inaccessible. Like I couldn't even in the admin. There's some bug in PHP BB3 that because of all these changes he did so fast, and there was a couple things that when I talked to him that he did were really odd. That like he created a form and then he didn't see it because he didn't know about the caching in it, so he didn't reset the cache. So he recreated it. He made it again, and I think that's where it broke it. I think he basically made the exact same forum like within a minute apart, and it just like went, what's going on? So anyway, the forums are completely broken. Like
Awesome.
nothing works, goes together. Like the forums, I spent about 6 hours on Friday, I guess, just trying to get the forums looking somewhat decent. But anyway,
Did you ban him?
I took away all of his admin privileges. Yes,
nice.
so he's no longer allowed to be admin.
You know, speaking of forums, I still don't understand why my name isn't bold on our forums.
You need to speak up and be bold.
Oh
No, I mean like you guys' names. You're both your names are bold, which shows that you're forum moderators or admins,
Yeah.
and mine isn't.
You know, it stems from we're actual admins of the whole board.
I see.
Because
So you don't trust me.
well, no, it's just we're DWP admins, and we actually have some info that we probably shouldn't have on those. I probably shouldn't be saying there's a security breach for you, but just stuff that I can't make the call to say, hey, we're going to let so and so view this info.
Gotcha. Gotcha.
But I'll see if there's some way to circumvent that. Like,
Do we need to have separate forums, maybe, or?
I wonder if there's just a way to do it with a little quick mod or something,
I'm pretty sure there is.
or even a feature that already exists. I don't know.
Because I would like to be able to do that so any other podcasts that are on our forums can, be mods in their forums. And
Can you manually edit the way someone's name appears?
I don't know.
You're supposed to be able to, but it didn't really look like it worked when I did it. Because I was trying to make it look like that for the chatter guys when they were in chatter. But
Right.
I don't know. I'll take another look at it. I've talked a lot this week about my week, so I'm done.
You crazy talk.
You're
machine.
done? There's another thing on your list here.
Oh, Vanguard. I'll talk about that too.
Okay.
So I had a good friend who's played games all the time. People in the community know him as Prodigal, good medic, and he's been playing Vanguard for a long time, on and off, and just recently went back to it and asked me to join him. So I went to GameStop and said, how much is it? Because I wasn't about to spend $50, but they said, well, we got the limited edition for $20, and I was like, score.
Yeah.
So you get a bunch of crap, but it also came with 3 free months of play. So I'm like, $20 for 3 months and the game, that's cool. So I've been playing that. It's not a bad game. It definitely is much better than beta. Beta was the same beta hiccups with lag and stuff.
Well, honestly, it's better than it was when it was released. I have it too, and when it released, it was not good. I've played it
up a lot
I've played it since then, and I enjoy it well enough. But one of the reasons Brent is bringing this up, because he and I were talking about it, and I got the collector's edition for $20. I got it probably 4 months ago, though, quite a while. But between us, we have 15 10-day trial keys.
Jeez.
And we thought, do we want to have like a little miniature CP 10-day long Vanguard guild? Do we want to do that?
I think so.
That'd be funny.
So what we'll do is I'll start a thread on the forums on Wednesday, and if you want in, just post there.
First 15 to post.
First 15 that post that don't say this is stupid. I'm sure that we'll have plenty of those.
First 15 that actually want to. Okay.
Yeah.
That's cool.
That'll work.
Well,
I guess maybe the first 13, because we might have to give Eric and Wes.
Right.
Yeah, probably. Yeah. I don't know about them.
Y'all better be there Wednesday.
I get
posting
reserved
real
slots.
And that's all you got, Brent?
That's it.
Cool.
Okay.
Done.
Eric, what you got?
Let's see. This week I've been pretty busy too with this new movie project that we're working on, and I've been reading lots of screenplays this week. It takes me a long time to read one because I'm not a slow reader, but I have to slow down and digest things, think about things. I'll reread a page if I'm really thinking about a scene or trying to imagine an action. So for a 128-page script, it'll take me about 4 hours to read. And I read, let's see, about 3 features this week, and I read lots of shorts and lots of series. I really want to produce something new, so I've been looking around at writers and stories and stuff like that. So by an off weird chance that anyone out there has a screenplay or script or an idea for a new TV show or anything like that, send them our way. info@deadworkers.com. I don't expect a flood of people to, since this is a gaming podcast, but you never know.
I should finish up the one that I started working on for you and send it your way.
Totally should.
Yeah.
So let's see. Gaming wise, more Grand Theft Auto 4. Very, very fun. Very violent. Good time. It seems like most things that happen in that game are hilarious. Because I don't know, just ludicrous things happen all the time, and the physics and the reality of such a big world with its own AI seems so realistic sometimes. So when the AI or something comes up short and something glitches or someone does something unexpected, it's just hilarious,
I haven't played a whole lot of that this week, but I did play some multiplayer of it last week, and one of the most fun times I've had in quite a while in a game was we were playing multiplayer on it was free play mode. And someone got a tour bus, and like all 12 of us got on the tour bus, and we're just driving around, shooting like guns firing out of every window. It was just and we weren't accomplishing anything. We were just having fun. So
that's awesome.
I played so much, very close to the end of the game, 80% done, I think, or something.
Well, don't talk too much about that because I'm not that far.
Okay.
So.
But I have not played a lick of online play, like no multiplayer at all, so I have no idea what that is even like.
No, what I thought was interesting, I guess it was last Sunday that I was over here just watching y'all play, and it was just fun just watching. I mean, it was like watching a movie.
Yeah.
And so, if you got a friend that has it, go watch it.
Yeah, it's one of the few games that is very entertaining for people on the couch to just watch.
My wife hates it.
Really?
She's not a prude by any stretch of the imagination, and she doesn't mind it when there's cursing in movies, but for some reason when there's cursing in video games, she just can't stand it. I don't know why, but so
video game prude.
So I don't play it when she's in the room.
But let's see, TF2 wise, I did play Friday night, and we started off playing Warpath on US #1, and I don't know, it seems like Warpath used to be fun. I don't know. I don't know.
It was never fun.
I don't know. Maybe it wasn't fun. Maybe you're right. Maybe it was because of the lack of custom maps out there. I don't know what it is. The third point always seems to be so rough. It's you can defend it very easily, and it just
it seems like
drags
you've
on.
really got to get a spy back there to really win it when you've got two good teams.
Yeah. So after that, I don't know if it was voted for or what happened, but it switched to the quad Alpha 6, one of my maps that I worked on long ago and haven't touched in a very long time. We played that for a couple rounds, and people were really liking it. Some people didn't know what, I've never played this map. What's this all about? Oh, this is kind of crazy. And so we played it for a little while. I don't think I ever said it out loud. All right, that's just my map. I just, play it. If it's fun, it's fun. If it's not, change it. I don't care,
Yeah.
So we played a few rounds of that, and then it kept wanting to repeat, and I'm like, let's change it. I mean, the quad it's great and all, but it's really meant for that short burst of fun time, not like Gold Rush where you want to keep playing it, and not sleep and not eat or anything. And then I changed it to Turbine, and I played for a little bit. And something weird was happening with the server. It was really laggy, or I don't remember what happened, but we were all really considering changing servers, and we could not change to US4. We'll talk about that later. It was broken. And so one of the guys from Killis Inc., killisinc.net, the guys who have they have servers in which the Epic Control Point spray was made on.
Oh, sweet.
One of those guys was in there, and he said, "Hey, we can all go over to my server. It's completely empty right now." Like, okay, fine. So we all go over there. A ton of CP, just filled it right up, and it was good. It was smooth. It wasn't laggy. I don't really know what's going on with our servers nowadays, but
I do. It's GameCrapServers.com.
Yeah, we're going to talk about them later, though. So let's,
yeah. So, but we had a good time over there playing. And let's see, what else? Acarium, I guess I play that every day, so it's nothing new. Started my third colony now, mining sulfur. I got a big military up right now.
Cool.
And 500,000 gold or whatever. Nothing to spend it on. Well, I mean, plenty to spend it on, but in this game you spend more in resources than you do in money. So
I sink tons of money into buying wine, tons of it.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Does it just take gold?
I buy it from other people.
Buying resources.
Gotcha.
Yeah. Okay. Yeah. So I don't know. I guess I don't sink that much into buying other resources. I just open a new town and start doing it myself. So I don't know. And actually, the trade ships, those are straight up money, no resources there. So maybe
I've got 20 of those, so I don't really worry about that. Yeah.
Wow. I have like 10 or 8.
I figure I've got the money. I might as well spend it, I don't really see any point to keeping it around.
Yeah.
I had 12.
12K?
12 ships.
Are you going to start a new game?
No.
Oh, okay.
You're done forever?
I'm done.
So, let's see. I know I've squeezed other video games in here this week. I played some Wii. I played some more R-Type on PS2. All right. I'm really scraping the bottom of the barrel here. Okay.
I take that back. I might start another Carrium account just to do like a research rush. Like only do the things that equate to researching. And everything else, just ignore it. I will have an academy and I will have the town center and just let it run. So in like 5 years, I'll go back and have everything.
A huge army of scientists working around the clock.
Or 2. Don't you start with 2?
2 scientists? Working
2 researchers? I don't know. I might not go back to upgrade anything,
Yeah.
Let's see.
I think that's a dandy of an idea.
Well, should I move on to my week here since...
Yeah, what'd you do this week?
Well, I only played TF2 on Friday, the same night you did. I saw that you were online, so I hopped on, and I really hate Wolf. I really just dislike it intensely, and that's all I really have to say about that. And then I got when we moved to the fun server at 5, we were having so much trouble, and you didn't elaborate on the problems that we were having. That was really weird. Like occasionally people would have to leave and rejoin just so we could understand voice chat. It was cutting in and out a lot.
Oh, that's right. Yeah.
And really, when it came down to it, only 4 people ever could actually join the game.
Yeah, and people were stuck in spectator mode.
We had 10 other people in spectator mode, and it would not let them on to the actual gameplay. And I went and I reset the server, and that didn't do it. And right around then is when everyone started talking about going to the that other server that you were talking about. But I was just so frustrated at that point that I quit. I was just...
Yeah, I think a lot of it stems to, the patch. Valve made it much easier to have over 24-player servers. Mm-hmm. And so, game servers made it where you could have up to 26. They didn't do the 32 like, some places do, because obviously they knew they couldn't handle it, because they can't handle 26.
Yeah.
And that annoys me more than anything they've done to us since we started, because to me it's just like them saying, hey, we'll give you 26 players and it's going to be really crappy, but we're not going to tell you that.
Yeah.
But thanks for your money. So I put a ticket in probably, a week after we went up to 26 players, because I noticed the lag when it was full. Yeah. But they wanted all this info. Well, when it happened, is it this or that? And I'm like, dude, it's simply your servers need to be more speed. Don't try to play it off as it's anything else, because we all know what it is.
Yeah. But we're gonna be complaining more about them later on in the show. So.
Oh, I thought yeah.
Yeah. Anyway,
this is your week.
That was all I really did in TF2. Let's see. Other than that, I continued my Steam game buying frenzy. It continues. I was asked how many games I have installed on my main computer. In Steam, I have 43 games installed.
Crazy.
No, I'm sorry. I take 33 games installed.
Wow.
I have 41 that are not installed.
That's awesome.
Yeah.
I might have 5, maybe 6.
Yeah, I have a problem.
That's awesome. That's an awesome problem.
Yeah, but I picked up 2 games this week. I picked up Savage 2.
That one, I'm interested in that one. I haven't played it yet, but I'm thinking about getting the demo. Didn't you say the demo's out now?
Oh yeah, the demo's been out for quite a while. You can play for 5 hours. I think there's only one thing you can't do in the game. At one point, you can start summoning demons into the game, and I think if you're playing on a trial account, you can't be a demon, but you can do everything else. And I really, really like it. I do not feel comfortable in it yet. It's a very complex game.
Explain the concept real quick.
Okay, it's sort of like an RTS, real-time strategy, first-person shooter hybrid, with some role-playing aspects thrown in there for good measure. What you have one player on each side. There's humans and beastmen, and you have one player on each side that is a commander, and they have a top-down real-time strategy view of the entire map, and they can build buildings and send orders to people and all of that stuff. They don't directly control anyone. They are reliant on everyone else, and that's where everyone else plays a first-person, third-person shooter. It's in third person whenever you're in melee, and melee is kind of like a paper, rock, scissors game. You can do a regular attack, you can block, or you can do a block interrupt. And if you are blocked, you're stunned. If your block is broken, you're stunned. And if you try and block break someone that's not blocking, you're stunned. So you kind of have to switch it up every now and then, and it's a lot of fun. And every time you kill someone, you gain a soul, and when you have enough souls, you can spawn as this big demon that can lay waste to the world. And
yay,
it's a lot of fun. Like I said, really complex, and it would be more fun with people I know.
Yeah.
I think Control Point has sort of spoiled me in that regard because I've gotten so used to playing with people that I know and people that I like that when I go out and I play on pub servers of other games, I'm just kind of like, I don't know any of these people. I don't know what I'm doing, and kind of.
Yeah, exactly. And playing anything, like, I mean, we just kind of keep slowly branching out, and playing Acarium and playing all these other games, going back and playing StarCraft, Warcraft, and stuff like that with CP members just feels second nature because it's like, well, everyone here has a common thing. We all play TF2, but
yeah, and we all know each other, and that's one of the best things about the podcast as far as I'm concerned. So
yeah, so that sounds cool. I'm gonna try to I'm gonna get the demo and see if that would be fun. I noticed on their website Savage 1 is free.
Oh, is it?
Yeah. Was that any good? Did you ever play that? The first one?
I never really played that. No.
Okay.
No.
I don't know why.
Savage 2 is a lot of fun. It is.
Yeah, I'm sure 2 is probably less confusing. And, I mean, as any hybrid is, the first of any hybrid is going to be kind of harsh, and learning curve is going to be very steep. But
yeah,
I'm sure.
And I'm really, really fond of the whole concept of an RTS first-person shooter hybrid. Mm-hmm. In fact, I won my copy of Orange Box writing a fan fiction for a first-person shooter RTS Half-Life 2 mod. That
Nice.
that has not come out, but I was so excited about it that I wrote a freaking fanfic for a game that's not even out.
Geek.
But the other game that I bought this week is Everyday Shooter. And as far as I know, it's still 10% off. You can get it for around $9. And it is my opinion that every single person should buy this game.
It's music-based, right?
It's
Audio
it's a
Surf?
top-down shooter.
Mm-hmm.
There's a music component to it. Yeah, it's music-based. I mean, it's all guitar music, and all of the sound effects are guitar chords. And it's just a really, really beautiful, really fun game, and it's hard to beat for the price. So consider that my wholehearted recommendation. I think it's worth buying for just about anybody. So
Very cool.
yeah.
Is there a demo?
No, there's not a demo.
Okay.
There's not a demo. Like Galaxy. I'm not Gal. What is it?
Galaga?
Galaga?
Galaga.
Galaga?
Yes, I played on my Vista.
Galaga.
That's not funny, guys.
Was that Windsor? Oh, no, that was Wes.
That was Wes. He sounds like an old man.
Because he is.
No, do you know Geometry Wars and Robotron and those top-down shooters? It's like that. So it's a very kind of a small game, and a demo wouldn't really work all that well, I don't think.
Okay.
But it's
Did you ever play
definitely worth the money.
Icarus? Or was it Icarus? It was black and white. It was a shooter. You know the one I'm talking about?
I have no idea what you're talking about.
Oh well, never mind.
Icarus?
No, I don't remember.
Kid Icarus?
No.
I get banned
Although they
from
should bring that
minigames
back. They should have Kid Icarus on the Wii. That's mine.
You know, Pit is in his Super Smash Brothers Brawl, the main character from Kid Icarus. So maybe they're thinking about it.
Yeah, that's true. I still haven't even played it yet.
Let's see. In non-computer gaming news, there was a jellyfish incident. And I feel I should bring this up because, the great jellyfish are attacking Spencer joke that's been going on for so long now, ever since I moved to South Carolina. And I have to say, I'm starting to get a little paranoid.
Nice.
I'm serious. It wasn't this week, but a couple weeks ago, my wife and I went for a walk on the beach, and I just started counting the jellyfish that had washed up on shore.
Really?
And we walked for maybe a mile, and in that mile, I counted like 12 jellyfish.
Wow.
And sometimes they were one right after another, like the mother jellyfish was sending them out, knowing that I would be there.
Could you hear them communicating your name between each of them?
Kill Spencer.
Imagine like a whole beach landscape covered in dead zerglings. They're just zerged upon your domain there.
No, but this week, let's see, it was on Friday afternoon. My wife and I went out and we just took out some beach chairs and were reading on the beach. And tourist season has really started here, so there were a lot of people out there. And one guy apparently further up the beach from us found a jellyfish and was going to scare someone with it. And he picked it up and was running down the beach. And I saw a guy running towards me with a jellyfish. I was like, no! I saw it in slow motion.
Wow.
My eyes blacked out for a second. I was afraid he was going to throw that thing at me. It was going to eat my face.
Wow, that's truly scary.
Thought it was a CP listener mad at something you said in a past podcast.
Yeah. Wow.
Or just wanted to get mentioned. I know how to get mentioned.
Well, now that you're on Bright Kite, can't they physically find you?
They can find me. The jellyfish. If the jellyfish have internet access, they can find me. Yes.
Well, hopefully they won't get a Bright Kite, at least.
And it's invite only right now, so no one send any jellyfish a Bright Kite invite, okay? Just for my safety. And then the last thing I have to talk about is I have been playing a lot of D&D recently, and I've been having a lot of fun with it, and I just thought I should bring that up, because...
So you playing it online, with people?
No, there's a gaming shop here, local.
So you're playing old school.
Yeah. It's called Dueling Grounds, and it's mainly a Magic store, but since Magic is owned by Hasbro and so is Wizards of the Coast, they've got a lot of D&D stuff there. And I'm now playing in 2 separate campaigns, and I've been asked to run one.
Wow.
And I just today, I have a little briefcase with all my gaming supplies in it, and I feel like, man, it's like I'm 17 again.
Man, it's like serious business.
You need me to send you some CP buttons to hand out to him?
Yeah, that'd be cool. But yeah, that's a lot of fun. We're looking forward to 4th edition coming out, so hopefully we'll be talking about that soon as well.
I'd play Vampire again. I don't know if I'd play D&D again.
Like furry style?
Oh, man. I ran a LARP game, a vampire LARP game, for about 3 years. I'm done with that game.
Oh, yeah. Totally. I don't mean LARPing.
No, I mean at all. I'm done with it. It's over. I don't care anymore.
It's dead to you?
It's dead to me. That was my week.
Cool. Exciting. So much
week,
non-TFT related stuff here. It's wild. It's crazy.
Yeah.
So no one is allowed to complain about this episode because we told you when we opened up the briefcase that there's non-TFT related stuff in there.
I think it was all the tequila.
Yeah, that's true.
So, on the loudspeaker?
Yes.
On the loudspeaker, news and discussions.
Dun, dun.
The first thing that we've got here was there was a minor update for TF2. Anybody want to go through those? This is
I
where
don't know
Wes,
much about it, but I'll go through
Wes
it.
would normally pick up here.
And he usually sits next to me with his laptop open, so we both share it. So I'm laptopless, so Brent or Spencer will have to carry this.
So, they fixed several issues with the Family Practice achievement. Players with 1010 progress that have not been awarded the achievement will get the achievement the next time they Ubercharge any Steam friend.
And that achievement is that's the one where you get an achievement for Ubering 10 separate people on your friends list. So that should be pretty easy for control point people, I would think.
Oh, yeah, true.
Yeah, I don't know if I have that one yet.
Really?
You know, I probably do. That night we did all that achievement stuff.
Yeah.
The achievement box, yeah.
Let's see. They also fixed the toggle fire option for the metagun, preventing people from earning the second opinion achievement. I guess that's a good thing. They fixed the Kritzkrieg not charging faster than the metagun, which is something. How did they let that through?
I don't know. That's a big.
That is a basic function of that weapon that it is supposed to be doing that. So whatever.
Yeah.
Let's see what else we got here. They fixed an issue that was preventing players from using pneumatic items on some servers. That's just a bug. That's going to happen. Fixed melee weapons not being affected by the Kritzkrieg crit boost. That's another thing.
Yeah.
How'd you let that one through?
Yeah.
Come on, guys.
These things should be on the top of the list of their little Q&A, testing.
Yeah, I'm getting a little annoyed with Valve at this point. I've been a defender of theirs for years.
Of the Valve.
And I don't like fanboyism, and I generally am against defending corporations and companies because I figure they can do a pretty good job on their own. Mm-hmm. But Valve is so incommunicative that I kind of have felt like I should carry some water for them here and there since I love their stuff so much. But one of the things that I've always said, they take forever to release stuff.
Yeah, but that one could be
They
validated.
take forever to do stuff, but when they do release stuff, it's almost always great.
Yeah, that's
this is totally wrong. I mean, this whole update has been a huge mess, and they fixed these issues quickly. But how did they get out the door when it took them so long to get the update out to begin with? I'm a little frustrated.
Yeah, and especially since one of the achievements involves melee, using melee fist and stuff that you would, I don't know. Seems like you'd figure that one out.
Yeah, I mean, it's nice that they're still developing. I mean, the game is still for sale. That's the thing, It's not like it's reached.
Yeah, it's actually really
life.
just begun selling, by itself.
Yeah,
for
exactly.
$10,
Yeah.
So.
And they're still developing. I heard a rumor about an interview with Valve saying that they are considering or pursuing a new class. So, I mean, they're still obviously developing. We just got a great new playstyle with Gold Rush and stuff like that. So, so that would be how I would validate their inability to communicate to the public or their fans.
I don't really have a problem with their communication. I mean, not really. I would like for them to be more communicative, but it's not necessary for them to put out good games for them to do so. My problem is when they take forever to release something and it's released with a whole bunch of holes in it. That bugs the crap out of me.
Yeah, understandable.
And then the last thing on the list is they fixed the server browser sometimes refreshing in the background on startup when it wasn't visible. So
Thank God.
Yeah, I know. That's been
big one.
Bugging the crap out of me. Moving on, let's see. We have been having the random chatter server number 4 has been having issues. You may have noticed that it's been down quite a lot recently. And I don't really know everything behind it. I've gotten some emails from Deg about it. Do one of you guys know more?
That's about all I know about it, too. Actually,
he was having problems with the server crashing a lot, and he actually got in touch with game servers about it, and they told him after several different troubleshooting steps that the problem was what was it? Beatles mod. They said that Beatles mod was the problem.
Cop out.
Yeah, total cop out. I mean, we have Beatles mod running on other servers that, for the most part, work just fine.
Yeah.
So he was like, you know what, fine. I'm going to reinstall the server. I'm not going to put Beatles mod on, and we'll see if that works. So he did that. It was up for about 3 hours, and then it crashed again. No Beatles mod. So now he's talking to them again, and he's pretty mad. And if he doesn't get some sort of money rebate for the time down, he's going to change servers. And honestly, I'm not sure if he shouldn't do that already. I don't know what's going on. And I think it's just got to be a bad server.
Yeah.
So
I think maybe they ran out of bandwidth as well as support, employees. Who knows?
Yeah, I think they had that to begin with. I mean, there's always been issues with them. It's just they are the cheapest place. But with getting the cheapest place, you get the cheapest servers. I mean, honestly, if you want a server that has 24 over, you're going to be paying more like $2 or $2.50, $3 a slot instead of $1.50.
Right.
We were looking at another server because they did 32-person servers, and they said they would give us a 32-person server for the amount that a 24-person server would be. And that was really the only deal they were willing to give us for, maybe mentioning them or whatever on the air. Mm-hmm. And it was still going to be like $50 or $70 for the 24-player server.
A month?
A month, yeah.
Wow,
but,
that's a lot.
These servers, they're not going to have lag. They're going to have all the, it's going to work how you want it. And, that's the thing. You pay for that kind of stuff. And,
So is it time to resurrect the old joke? I'm going to do it. Gameservers.com, where cheap bastards play.
I like that. I like that very much.
Yeah. And what's this? So yeah. Sorry for I don't know if we're going to keep up with game servers or what, but
we'll always have a place to play. I mean, if we move, then it'll still just be a place to play. So hopefully we'll find something better. Something that we didn't mention last week about the big patch that gave us Gold Rush and the new medic stuff. That patch also broke the demo files, and we didn't even mention that. Yeah. So any demo that you've recorded prior to that patch is it's technically a corrupt file now if you try to play it. So that's unfortunate.
That's
crap. Time to clean out all those demos that they're just taking up space now on your hard drive and on the server.
Seems like there'd be some way to do something with them.
I don't know. Source TV is a feature of TF2. I don't know if they should have found a way to make that work.
Yeah, I think what this does say, though, because I hear this isn't like this was the patch that did it, that it's like every big patch breaks them.
Oh, yeah.
So, and to me, that says that if there's ever a video that you really want to keep, you better go ahead and
capture it or do whatever. Yeah, true.
Yeah. Okay, well, what's the next thing on this list? I don't know much about this. Uber servers number 16 is going down?
Oh, yeah, that is going away. That was owned by Robot Guy, and he had Gold Rush going 24/7 on it, which is fantastic. But it was just
it was always kind of a joke server to begin with, wasn't it?
Yeah.
I mean,
with the name Uber Server 16.
Yeah, which is great. He just said that the amount of traffic that is on there is not it's not worth keeping it up for.
No, is it a private one? Did you have to have a password to log in?
No.
Okay.
No.
That's good.
Yeah, it was always good to. Yeah, it's kind of hard to have people play on a private server.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I mean, we're going to keep ours because ours are.
Yeah, I mean, ours is
for a purpose.
Yeah.
But thank you very much for that. We really did enjoy that Uber servers was around. So
yeah, he's going to take it down and just give the money to the CP servers instead. So we thank you.
Cool.
Very cool.
The next thing here on this list is I forget what day it was on. It was like Thursday or so, maybe Wednesday. They did update the Steam Store layout, which I noticed immediately since I'm there every day trying to stop myself from buying things. It's got a new layout. It's quite a bit faster. It's a lot speedier. And so that's worth checking out. It's a lot easier to find stuff as well. So
I think it's because the server browser is not refreshing in the background now on startup. I'm not sure. But.
I think it's because the toggle fire option for the metagun is no longer preventing players from earning the second opinion achievement.
Nice.
All right, the next thing on here, I don't know anything about this. Brent, do you know what this is?
I believe Eric posted this.
Uh-oh.
Okay.
Or maybe
well,
Wes did. Ubercharged.net posted a video on how to play a soldier.
Oh, yeah, I posted that. Yeah, this is an awesome freaking video.
No, is this from like Sigma Sins soldier
No, this is
class or anything?
no, although he did post about this in the forum, but no, it's made by someone else.
Okay.
It's all text overlaid. I think we've all seen spy how-to videos and things like that. Well, this is a soldier one that touches on a lot of tactics for Gold Rush, which is great. How to, after a double or a triple kill, how you have a higher percentage of crit for a short period of time afterwards, and how to exhaust that, and it's amazing to watch. It's really good, and especially since it's so new and that they're showing so much about attacking on Gold Rush. It's just great. It's really, really good. I forget how long it is. It's less than 10 minutes because it's on YouTube, but it's definitely worth a look.
Very cool.
So
we'll definitely have that in the notes.
Speaking of Ubercharged.net, they have now just opened their own TF2 server.
Oh, yeah, that's right. Yeah, Madlep, he started up a server there, and, he is in Australia, so I was like, oh, wow, cool, an Australian server, to cater towards all the people down under. So, but
that's cool, because we don't have one of those.
But here's the ironic part. It's not in Australia, it's in New York.
Seems like you at least put it in California.
Yeah.
Or something.
So anyway, he's got a server up and is planning a party. I think it's May 17th. But look at uberservers.net. On the front page, you'll see that he's planning a server party, which I want to go to. I like server parties.
Server parties are cool. Hey, before you go on, speaking of parties, we didn't mention it, though. We're throwing a party here on the 23rd of May.
Oh, yeah.
At 10 o'clock. It's the Margarita Mill party.
Yeah.
And we're actually getting it's like a $300 margarita maker concoction machine thing sent to us that they're donating to us to throw this party.
That's crazy.
Oh, cool.
So everybody's welcome to join in, but
it's the Margarita Mill?
That's
I like that.
It's the Margaritaville.
I see what you did there.
Yeah,
at the low mill.
Yeah, at the low mill.
I will not be there. I cannot make it. My sister's getting married that weekend, so
down here
in Tuscaloosa.
Oh, that's close. You can come on. It's not till 10 at night.
You can watch
probably.
it. We might have a webcam up.
Not gonna happen.
Hey,
Sorry.
that's a good idea.
Yeah, so everybody can check it out.
Have a little chat room open.
See all the fun that you're missing.
That's a good idea.
Might as well.
I like that idea, Eric.
All right, note it. Written down on the index card. Okay.
And on the loudspeaker, the last thing we've got is that we now have Control Point shirts and merchandise up for sale.
Yeah.
Brent, you want to go somewhere with this here?
Yeah, go to the front page of tf2.deadworkers.com and you will see a link on the right side to the Cafe Press store, which is, I believe, cafepress.com/controlpoint. Mm-hmm. And there are shirts.
And throw pillows. Control Point throw pillow.
Mouse pads.
Got to get a throw pillow. Really. I need like 4 of them.
And this stuff is good. Like the shirts. You've gotten one of these shirts, right, Brent?
Yeah. You've probably seen it on some of the vidcasts, possibly.
Yeah, a lot of pictures. The coasters that we have here in the studio, those come from there, which I'm using right now. I have a Dr. Pepper sitting on it.
I still don't have my coaster.
Well, now you can just go straight to the store and buy one. At a premium.
Yeah.
Awesome.
And we are working on new designs, some really awesome shirts and things like that, some original artwork. And
but we're not going to put any of those up until we sell at least 500 of the first ones, right?
So anyway, if you've just been itching to have Control Point all over your body, now you can. Just go to the front page.
And you can buy a shirt, too.
Oh, yeah.
Alrighty then.
All right, well, let's move on here to Reconnaissance, our map discussion. This week it's going to be Warpath, and I think this is going to be pretty short. My opinion is that Warpath sucks. Brent?
I think that the first 2 legs are fun, or not legs, but the first 2 points are fun, and then the last one sucks.
Okay, Eric, how much do you think it sucks?
I don't. Let's see. I really only like the second point because there's a bridge there that's fun and a ditch and a cool place for pyros to go around. But overall, I don't know. I don't think it. I don't want to say the map sucks. I just get frustrated with it. And it's such an old map that I think I'm just tired of it. So it's kind of exhausting.
No, I will say, I think Eric and I mostly play like an older version of it. And I don't know if the newer versions have fixed a lot of things that we hate about it.
Yeah, that's true. The only thing I know about the newest version is there's a bridge. There's a covered bridge on the new one.
Okay.
Just like the covered bridge on Two Fort.
See, did I hear that they also made it where you can't move the truck? Because that was like one of my favorite parts, that you could actually move the truck with the stickies.
You can move the truck?
You used to.
Oh.
But I had heard that they changed that, so I don't know.
Okay. I think the one I'm playing, I don't know. I've never seen the truck move.
Yeah, man. I wonder if they fixed it in that version. Maybe it's an even older one. But you used to put just you would see demos over there just trading off stickies, and it would just move the truck, and they would put it in front of the entrance. So the only way to get through would be through the bunker or try to sticky it back, So it was even more of a stalemate, but it was just cool that you could move it. Anyway.
Yeah. So it's a control point map, obviously. There's 3 points, A, B, and C, and C is very far away. It's very, would you say this is a Welsh map?
Yeah, it's definitely a Welsh map.
You know what I think might improve the third point. Now, okay, I guess I'll quickly summarize each point. The point A is pretty close to... Oh, is there 5 points?
Well, because you got the one where you start. Mm-hmm. You got 1...
2 on your side, 2 on their side, 1 in the middle. Yeah, just
right. Okay, I got you now. Let's see. I guess 1 and 2 are inside buildings, right? The first one is definitely inside of a building. There's a lot of little buildings kind of close together, like a little village. A lot of places for sentries and people to jump around. Usually stickies all over the place. It's a mess. There's a lot of long scenic views which cater towards snipers. Although I don't really recall too much sniper activity.
Usually
on the middle point.
On the middle point.
Oh,
that's
you
right.
get a lot of snipers on the middle point.
Okay.
It seems like the last one, it seems like... I don't know. The last one, I always go spy because I just say that's the only way you're going to cap that last point is going spy.
Yeah.
But it sucks because there's not enough time to get all the way from, where you can hide to somewhere where you can hide up front without losing stealth.
Yeah.
Well, yeah. There's those buildings you can pop into, I guess, but
yeah. This is a classic Team Fortress map, right? It's been upgraded or redone for TF2.
I don't know. I didn't play
I'm not
TFC,
sure.
so
I don't think so.
Oh, okay.
I could be wrong, but I don't remember it. I just don't know.
Okay. I guess we don't have confirmation because usually we have a live chat room, and today we do not.
Yeah, Wes ruined that.
Yeah.
I didn't ruin it. Anyway, so...
God, he sounds rough.
It's all that tequila.
Do you want to hear my Warpath strategy?
Okay.
Okay, the first thing I do is I type RTV.
And then you play Turbine instead. Woo!
If that doesn't work, then I manually change the server. If I'm on a server over which I do not have mod control, generally I'll click the disconnect button and join a different server.
Nice.
That's my Warpath strategy for you right there.
But, visually, I wouldn't say that this is a pretty map. It's very, I don't know.
Dust bowling.
Yeah, it is a desert landscape. But, the buildings, all the little stone buildings, they all have the same stone texture, and they're all square, and there's no detail. So it's not really a visually stunning map. There are 2 passageways from point 2 to 3 and from 3 to 4, as is there should always be 2 pathways. So you don't ever have a standoff and a stalemate between 2 points. So the map creator did take that into consideration, which is good. But even by playing by the rules and doing creating the typical map formula for a good game to occur, I don't know. I think it's just old. I'm just jaded because it's just old, and I just don't have fun on it anymore.
I never liked it. That last point.
Yeah, I never liked it.
Stalemate.
Oh yeah, about the last point. I think that this map might be better served as an escort map. Imagine pushing a cart all the way through from the first point all the way to the 5th point. I think that would help the game go. Don't you? And it wouldn't kind of stalemate on that last...
I think that's an interesting idea, but I mean, the only problem that I would see with that is if you're going all the way from your spawn to the enemy spawn, then you're going through one area, and then you're going through the middle, and then you're going backwards through the same area again. So it would need some work if you're going to do it that way. But I think that's a good idea.
Like at the middle point. Like the middle point would be the last place where you get it to, right? And you would start it back where you spawn and have to go around that corner, and then you would end up there. So they would start off like in those bunkers.
Yeah.
Maybe.
There are actually a lot of maps that I would like to see as an escort map. In fact, I had an idea for a sort of takeoff of some of the CTF maps, turning them into escort maps. Mm-hmm. You have, instead of having an attack and defense, both teams have something to escort. And you're both racing to get to the middle. I kind of thought that was a good idea.
That's cool.
Personally.
I like that.
So you have to devote part of your team to offense, which is moving the cart, and you have to devote the other team to defense, which is actually going over to the enemy's side and stopping them from moving theirs. And you would I'm not sure it would work on a lot of maps. You would have to have multiple ways to move back and forth to stop the defenders from just meeting in the middle and battling there, and then they just move forward with impunity there. So it would take some work, but I think it's a good idea.
Might be also cool if they added in some way to, like, say if more members were standing on the right side of the cart, that you could actually have split paths, and it would take whatever side more people are standing on. So you could actually make a cart go different routes or something like that.
Yeah,
that's pretty
I just
cool
think
too.
there's a lot of room to experiment with the escort model, so I hope people start doing so.
Me too. I haven't seen too many escort maps. I think I'll start looking for them.
The control point map is an escort map. You escort a cow, stand-up cow.
Yeah,
I haven't played it.
Yeah.
Huh.
I thought I'd throw that out there.
I think we've completely sidetracked off Warpath, but that's because none of us really wanted to talk about it anyway.
We were trying out your strategy of Warpath.
Yeah. The RTV strat.
RTV, we're talking about something else now. So next week it says down here we're going to talk about Wolf.
Sure.
Yay,
Wolf's
Wolf.
a good map. I like Wolf.
Yeah.
Wolf's good. It still has a little exploit in there. Hopefully maybe it's fixed and I just don't know about it, but we'll let you know next week.
Or you can let us know before next week.
Yeah, true.
Okay, well, let's move on here. Dun, dun.
Listener contributions.
Yay. I like those.
Dun. Yeah.
I like contributions from listeners. So, what's first?
So, something from SilverChaos, Flickr done in GMod?
Yeah, this is cool. It's a Jonathan Coulton song. There's a music video. We'll give you a link to the thread where you can watch the original video, where basically this is a song that was inspired by lots of different random pictures on Flickr. And John Coulton, being John Coulton, can just whip up a cool song. And the video is just a slideshow showing pictures, and then Jonathan Coulton, his commentary on the pictures as it goes. So it's it's an ingenious song. And SilverChaos took this song, the whole idea of the slideshow, and made images in GMod using Half-Life 2 and TF2 models and recreated the whole video. So it's cool to watch. It's pretty neat.
Which we'll link in the show notes, of course.
Yeah, yes.
Then Ode to the Medic. Did you put that in here too?
Yeah, Ode to the Medic. Now this, I didn't play Team Fortress Classic, but apparently this is a song that was in TFC. I don't know where the song would have been or anything. It's kind of it's an acapella kind of a.
You think it was in the game or made
Barbershop
about the
Quartet.
game?
Well, see, I don't know because I go only on the YouTube comments that I saw, and you know we can all rely on those. But people saying, "Oh wow, I haven't heard this in years since TFC and stuff like that." So I don't know. But basically, it's a collage about singing about a medic, and it's good stuff as well. It's a really good song. It's a barbershop quartet like, but also kind of a hint of Beach Boys, maybe. it's cool.
Yeah, it sounds like Moxie Fruvis to me. Or am I the only person that knows who Moxie Fruvis is?
I think you're the only one. So.
No clue.
They're like a Canadian barbershop group. They're awesome.
Nice. Did they cut hair too?
I don't know.
What's next?
Let's see. The next thing that is here on the list is Ivy had a custom Control Point t-shirt made.
Yeah.
She did so before we had our t-shirts for sale, so we will not sue her for a copyright infringement.
Yeah.
She had a spray that was made by Espy. On the front. It is the Control Point After Dark spray. Has a picture of a pyro surrounded by flames, and it says, light my fire at Control Point After Dark.
That's awesome.
And on the back it has our logo. It's really cool. And we'll put a link up to that forum thread so you can check that out.
Yeah, that's a really cool idea, making shirts out of sprays. My question is, how do you make a nice high-resolution graphic out of a spray?
I think you have to get a different version of it. She probably got it from SB, and you can get higher res copies of our logo, you know, from our site. So,
okay, I guess that's what she did. Okay,
yeah.
Well, cool.
That's all we have in listener contributions. I mean, we had more, didn't we? Have
I saw a bunch coming through email this week, but man, I've just been so swamped at work and at home.
Yeah,
that
we do have
Brent's normally the one that does that, and he's been laying down on the job.
Sorry, guys.
Because he's turned into a soccer mom.
Tom Cruise.
We do have a new segment here. I don't really know exactly what to think about it yet, but it comes from Lumia Win, or Mija Win.
Formerly known as Mija, yeah.
Mm-hmm. But apparently it's not even Lumia Win, it's Lumaya Win. And I kept thinking it was Lumia Win, not because I just wanted to make fun of his name or say it wrong, but it just looks like Lumia to me, doesn't it? Lumia? I don't know. Anyway, he came up with this segment here. It's 7 minutes long. Might seem a little long, but if you absolutely don't want to listen to it, well, you just zip on forward 7 minutes. But it's interesting. It's about etiquette, and it's not, it's not. There's not a lot of TF2 content here, but it's very general gaming stuff, and not everything he says do I really agree with, especially when he talks about being asleep and keeping your Steam open all night. Anyway, so there's some interesting tidbits in here, and he has a neat little jingle opener and closer, so I like that too. So we'll go ahead and play that, and we'll be back in 7 minutes. Here we go.
Greetings, fellow CPers. This is Lumaya Win here, giving you about 7 minutes of how to be a good gamer. Now, when I say how to be a good gamer, I don't mean how to kill every single person on the server in Team Fortress 2, although that would certainly be rather tempting on my part. I'm here to teach you really how to be a good person. That is at least a good person online, anyway. So let me get started right here. on one of the things that really do annoy me, and that's people who are jerks. Okay? Now, you might know where I'm coming from. You might be a jerk yourself, but I think we all know that we hate jerks. Okay? You can be a jerk in many ways. You can be spamming the chat channel with a certain message. You can be abusing the voice chat function by playing music or opening the wonderful audio waves full of static. There really is no excuse for this sort of behaviour in whatever sort of game you play, whether it's online, an MMO or an FPS. It's really quite a pointless piece of activity, as all people will do is just leave the server and ignore you. There's a great feature if you are on a server with a jerk is called, you could either report an admin or you could mute the player's mic and set them to ignore. I think you can report players on Team Fortress 2, but that's a very extreme measure. Make sure that you, whatever is going on in the server, that you participate in it. If you don't want to participate in whatever the server is doing, for example, achievement farming, scrimmage, melee only, if you don't like that, you can always change server, okay? There's absolutely no pressure on you to be forced to play into that game. There's no pressure on you to be forced to play the game at all, okay? So if you don't like what you see, unless it's wrong, then all you should do is leave the server and don't trouble other people who are having fun already doing the activity. Now, this has already been covered mainly in CP episodes, but still I see people ignoring it and going on their own thing, asking, can we change the map now? Can we do this? Can we do that? It really, just don't try it. One of the great things, though, which I've started to see now, are bots. I don't know why people use bots. Mainly because, I don't know. Somebody who uses a bot, please come and contact me, because are you a bad gamer? Do you not have a mouse? I don't know. Of course, bots are mainly snipers, as we all know, aiming at walls and then suddenly being able to get a miraculous headshot from nowhere. Of course, these are wrong. You will be kicked from the game. You could possibly be banned officially, which we don't want. Well, I want. But really, there is no point to this sort of malicious behaviour. It's not impressing anybody. It's not, we can only leave the server. And, of course, we can only kick you from the server as well. So, bots, mods, dodgy skins that let you see through walls, they are to be avoided, because they don't just upset things for other people, they will eventually upset the game for you as well. Which leads me on to controlling your real life and your digital life. Now, one of my big problems on Steam right now is my friends list. Sometimes it's too big, sometimes it's too small, but most of the time now it's fairly steady. I'm not getting hundreds of invites into random groups or adding to people's friend list who I don't know. But one of the main problems now are that a lot of my friends are snoozing. Now, there really is no point to this, guys, okay? Turn your computer off, okay? Off is great, okay? And even better, if you aren't on Steam, if you don't want to be using Steam, turn Steam off, okay? You know that little cross thing? Yeah, click that, okay? Basically, it really does cause people pain, especially if they're trying to contact you and you're snoozing and yet you're online. And it does cause a lot of embarrassment to the people who are trying to contact you, only to be responded to about 6 hours later when you wake up. Now, I don't know what you do when your computer is on standby and you're asleep. That's really up to you, though I can think of a few things. But really, if you're not wanting to talk to people, or there really is absolutely no reason for being on Steam Friends, then just turn it off, because it causes people a lot of disturbance and stuff, especially when they are talking to you, or trying to get in touch with you. And it will cause you a lot of embarrassment as well, I guess, if when you wake up and find that, oh yeah, I've got about 400 PMs. Another thing is, on the subject of sleeping, get some. Who's the worst offender in my friends? It's Eric Fullerton, yeah, Mr. Nailhead. 3 o'clock in the morning, on Dust Bowl, talking to all the European people, okay? Now, there's a great thing called sleep. It's a bed. Buy one, okay? Use it, okay? You lie down, get a pillow, and it's lovely. If you find yourself playing TF2 and that your eyes are screaming out in pain, maybe that's a suggestion that you should get some of that, okay? Really, you're not going to be a better gamer if you are staying up all night for long periods of time playing Team Fortress 2 or whatever game you're into, because basically we're exhausted. And so think about it this way. If you play regular times, reasonable hours, you will be a better player than you were before, okay? And you'll see it drastically, okay? You won't need caffeine, you won't need coffee, you won't need sugar pills, you won't need nuts or whatever it is that keeps you going. and you also have plenty of time for things that matter in real life, and you'll be more up to it. So, given that this is going now into 7 minutes, time has flown by. I'm going to drop it there for now. So this is Lemaiwin signing out again, and hoping that you sign out as well if you spend 24 hours a day on Steam. See you later.
Okay, so thank you, Lumia Win, whoever you are now. So that was interesting. So everyone out there, take notes. That's the he's laying down the law there.
The other thing, let's see. Next thing we've got here is Pestilence from the Control Point community. Sent us a little greeting here. So let's go ahead and play that.
Hey guys, Pestilence here. When I first started playing TF2, there was a whole lot of smack talk about my game.
Hey Pest, I owned you. Go back to playing Wii Bowling.
But then I started listening to your podcast, and I really learned a lot of great things, like the difference between an alcove and a nook, and where to find great sprays. Now, when I get on the servers, my teammates compliment me.
Hey Pest, you're getting better, but you still suck.
Thanks for your podcast, and keep it fun.
Wow, that was awesome. I love the kid's voice. Doesn't it sound like anime or some sort of like a cartoon character or something?
I don't know. Do you think it's his kid, or do you think he got some kid off the street, or what?
I don't know. It could be. Paid some kid and some old Easter candy or something.
Awesome. Awesome.
Well, thank you for the comment. That was actually very well recorded.
Yeah, thanks, Pestilence. And then, of course, as has become a just almost a weekly tradition here, we have another question from Ifrit. Am I saying that right? Ifrit?
Ifrit.
Okay.
Ifrit. Ifrit. Okay, yeah.
Ifrit. Ifrit. Vista. Vista.
It's pronounced Vista.
So let's go ahead and play that.
Okay.
Awesome.
Hey there, Ifrit again with this question of the week. This week's question is, if you were stuck on an island and there are loads of baddies on the island, and you had to stay on the island for a few days or so, which class would you want to be there helping you? Of course, you have to think of their personality, the weapons they have, and their skills. And of course, you can take the weapon from them, say, with the scout, he can have the scattergun and you can have this pistol. So, which of the 9 classes would you pick to be with you? Now for a challenge I've got for you guys. I would like for you to try and think of a good name to suit all 9 classes. So yeah, Ifrit out.
All right. Ifrit.
So he really had 2 questions there. Mm-hmm. He had the first one, if you were on a desert island, what class would you want to take with you?
All right.
What do you think?
That is, I've thought about this before. It seems like someone raised the question of if you were trapped in a room with another class, what would it be? Or maybe it was...
Yeah, but that's being trapped in a room. That's completely different from a desert island.
I mean, come on. Let's see. Well, trying to think of all of the benefits that would come in. Maybe...
Wait, what question are we supposed to answer?
This is... Oh, you know what? I just got it. I know what it is. Okay, so if you're trapped on a desert island with someone else, what class would that someone else be? So I would like to be trapped on a desert island with an NG.
Are we recording this?
An NG because
I hope so.
He has a dispenser up. I'm getting health. I'm getting metal. He's got
and hopefully you put his exit teleporter down before y'all went to the island.
Yeah, there's a turret to fend off any kind of animal or any kind of maybe drug runners coming up from Cuba or something like that. I can shoot them down. Maybe any kind of like any strange rare spawns, like rare mobs appear, maybe a dragon or something. Boom, he's dead too. So yeah, definitely the NG, and I think he might bring his acoustic guitar too, so we'd have a lot of fun writing songs. And he probably knows how to make a good campfire out of nothing. So
but he's always using big words that you don't know you don't know what they mean and all that.
Yeah,
but what about you, Brent? Who do you think?
Oh, I don't know. I'd probably just go with the female scout.
Nice.
Is that wrong?
No, that's right.
I don't know. It's a little bit of both, I think. Wrong and right. I thought about it, and my initial response was going to be the medic, because, he can keep you alive, and he doesn't need ammo for that thing. The engineer could get caught without ammo.
Oktoberfest!
But then I started thinking, do I really want to hang out with the medic? I mean, he's a little severe.
Yeah.
Isn't he?
He's a little bit of a psycho. He comes off as a very calm, understanding, kind man, but
right.
I think he can go psycho.
So ultimately, I think I decided on the heavy.
Ah, bacon.
And here's why: he really can't help with getting off the island at all. I mean, at all. He has no skills that would help with that. But I just think he'd be fun to hang out with, and we could sing songs because he likes to sing. And
yeah, that's too.
And we can shout. He likes to shout a lot, so we can shout at oncoming ships.
You could like eat his arm if you got hungry or something.
Okay,
so that's my answer.
I'm gonna have to give a serious answer, I think.
Oh, okay.
Oh, yeah?
Okay.
I'm gonna have to go with the pyro.
Pyro?
Because, first thing, if you need a fire, he's there. He's on the spot. Johnny on the spot with the flame.
Mm-hmm.
He's got you a big fire. It may be a really big fire.
True.
But to be able to cook your stuff and
You mean like the entire island?
Yeah. Hopefully he would be able to limit it a little bit.
Hopefully leave a tree.
Well, maybe if he set the entire island on fire, it would be visible from space, and they would send someone to rescue you.
That's true.
That is if you want to be rescued. If I was on there with an NG, I don't know. I could give it a couple months before I really want to get...
Well, and that's the other thing. It's time to pull off that mask. Let's see who you are.
It is a hot chick.
It's a little mystery. You don't know if it's a chick. You don't know if it's someone who actually is an intelligent conversationalist under there, right?
Or like someone who's badly burned, like Darth Vader, or something.
That's true. That's true. And then you can just push them in the water.
Or it could be like it could end up to be like your father.
Mm. What are you trying to say?
Or maybe it could end up to be like Mija Win in there.
That would be awesome.
Okay, and let's see. The second question that he had is, if you could name all of the classes, what would you name it? And I've got the answer for all three of us here. Just real quick: Chad, Steve, Lenny, Carl.
So that's naming each class. Each class has
Max,
its name.
Max, Svengali,
Eugene.
Yeah, I forgot about Eugene. Did I say Carl? I said Carl. Let's see. Stefan, Charlie.
Stephens?
I don't know. I think that's 9. Is that 9? That's what we would name them.
Okay, yeah. Excellent.
Okay, cool. Let's see what else we've got here. Surveillance is empty.
We have not.
Do we not have
anything.
any surveillance? We don't have any surveillance. We've been. Okay, so let's move on. Shout outs. What do we got here? I know Lumia or Lumaya or however he pronounces it. Let's see, he did a little, what did he call it? Let's see, a debating group, and he asked Wes, and Wes posted a discussion event, and he said about 60 people joined, and it was a little bit crazy, and couldn't really get things together like he wanted. And it comes back to Steam Chat being sort of a poor man's IRC, and maybe we need a real IRC chat room. I don't know.
What was the topic of debate?
Let's see. I have no idea.
Or I guess there's multiple topics, perhaps.
Yeah,
very
maybe.
Interesting.
He said there are too many people talking. He said about 60 people joined the chat, though some left after a few minutes, and it was just very difficult to carry on a conversation. So maybe we do need to have a real IRC chat room that has chat permissions and stuff like that. Yeah. But he wanted to send some shout outs to a few people. Collapso, Stamp Your Foot, Racing Freak 92, and thanks to Jazz for being his admin backup buddy. And he was wondering if we could do it again sometime, and I think it's actually a really great idea. I'd like to encourage that sort of thing. Thanks a lot, man.
Yeah, very cool.
Any other shout outs this week? Do we have a player of the week?
Player of the week.
Player of the week.
Ding.
Ding.
Does that mean no? Have we even thought about this before?
I don't think any of us have thought about this at all, so...
We never do we?
No. I guess it's Jazz for another week, then.
All right, Jazz. We want to see an update on that map now.
Yeah.
No, there probably is one, and I just haven't been able to check.
So this has been kind of a weird show. I hope you guys don't mind it too much. You know, we were missing Wes, and we're kind of talking about things other than TF2. But I hope it's still been listenable.
Yeah.
Yeah. Let us know. Well, either way, if you didn't like it, let us know. I mean, I'm sure you will anyway. And if you did like it, let us know. Let's see, you can update our wiki and talk about how we don't talk about TF2 anymore at tf2wiki.net/wiki/control point podcast. You can dig us at our front page or dig.com/podcast/control point podcast. Run out of breath yet?
Yeah. Someone else go.
Groups.myspace.com/control point. Leave us a review at iTunes in any multiple languages and countries that you would like to.
Yay, iTunes. Give us thumbs up at Stumble Upon.
Check out Windsor Coperton on Facebook. He's a hottie.
I'm just glad that do you have that written down in your card or you remembered it?
I just remembered it.
Awesome. You can Twitter us at Nailhead, Devil Turnip, or Chaos_CP. And, yeah.
Those are now on the front page. You can see our Twitters.
Yes.
Oh, and Wes Wilson, too.
Our tweets.
Hey, Wes says that he hates Twitter and he refuses to, use it, blah, blah, blah. Well, whatever. He tweeted last night.
Did he?
Yeah, he's up to 3 tweets now.
Did he tweet that he was not feeling well?
He did.
He drank too much tequila?
He did.
Yeah, it was a setup.
So add Wes Wilson to your accounts and follow him.
Also, join our Steam community and our forums found at our website, or give us a call. Leave us a voicemail at 256-513-4772. Send us email, voice messages, all that good stuff. Yeah.
And listen to all the other great podcasts on the Dead Workers Party Network. In fact, I added a little widget on the front page of the CP website. Look on the left side, scroll down a little bit. You'll see a link to all of the other great shows on the network. So check those out.
Awesome.
Pretty swift.
Awesome. Trailer Trash Talk, Random Chatter, Lost Chatter, Movie Chatter, and The Zero Show, and World of WoW. Woo. Or, as the cool kids call it, Wow Wow.
Wow Wow. So until next week. See you later.
Wow, what a weak ending. Maybe the weakest ending we've ever had.
I know.
Dun, dun.
You are now at the end of another episode of Control Point.
Victory.
Every one of you deserves a medal!
A podcast brought to you by the Dead Workers Party. See the show notes and leave comments for this episode at controlpoint.deadworkers.com or leave us a voicemail at area code 256-513-4772.
Auf Wiedersehen!
Hello, Control Point. This is Crow, spelt with 7 O's, and I was listening to your Gold Rush overview recently, and I thought I'd send in a little warning about spies on the map. As you probably noticed, when you stand next to the payload in Gold Rush, a little blue beam will connect to you, and it will give you health. Now, if there's a spy from the defending team dressed as an attacker, and he's standing next to the payload, he will also be connected to the payload by this blue beam, but he won't get any health, and he won't contribute to the movement of the payload. Also, at the bottom of the screen, where it shows how many people are standing next to the payload, you won't notice any change if there's a spy standing beside it. So, say there are 4 people, and you only see 3 at the bottom of the screen, then you should be checking for spies.
Hey guys, this is Exhibit A, and I just wanted to share my thoughts on the best class combos discussion. I found that a very good combo for stealing the intel is Spy and Scout. I've done this a number of times as a Scout. A spy can run in and sap the sentry, and even if the engineer's manning it, the Scout can still a lot of times run in and grab the intel and get out of the range of the sentry before the Engie can get rid of the spy and knock the sapper off. So I remember one specific time I did it with Jolly playing spy on Convoy. I'd been hiding in the control area of the train right in front of the intel room. He sapped the sentry, and I just ran in, grabbed the intel, and got it out. So that's all I have to say. Yes, see ya.
Hey, Control Point. This is Tuxedo Brunswick calling in with a tip for Badlands. Now, this may seem kind of obvious to everyone, but you need medics, which, hasn't been in shortage recently. So charge up an Uber beforehand, because everyone always has an Uber coming out on the first stage, on the first control point of Dust Bowl. So you have to counter with an Uber of your own. And also, another thing about Ubers on Gold Rush is that an Ubered Pyro can mean the difference in attack or defense. A good Ubered Pyro can clear out everyone from around the, cart, but then an Ubered Pyro can also be good on attack going through the hallway of the first stage of Gold Rush. So that's my tip, and your podcast is great. See ya.
Hey, this is Rugged Unreal. I think I played in your server a couple times. I just want to leave off a tip for Scout. I don't know if you guys said it. I haven't heard the episode for Scout. But anyway, a lot of people complain about their speed and sometimes how it's too fast. But, there's one way to use it really well, especially against guys like soldiers and heavies and those type of slow classes. Since every time they switch their little camera around, it takes them a while. So what you want to do is, as a Scout, run towards them and kind of zigzag around the heavy so that they can't really aim at you and they'll just be wasting their ammo. As you're doing that, just pop them with the shotgun or pistol, whatever. Mostly you want to use a shotgun. Yeah, it really works well, especially against slow classes like that. I don't know about a Pyro or any of those other classes, but it really works well for slow classes like them. Well, thanks. Bye.
Hey guys, it's Madlik from Ubercharged.net here. I know you're always complaining about the control point servers being full, so I figured Ubercharged would help out a bit, and we've got our own game server set up now for TF2. We're having a launch party next weekend, which is on Saturday or Sunday, depending on what time zone you're in. We've got details over at Ubercharged.net, and all the control point listeners are invited along. We're going to have a few fun games, pretty much anything goes. We might do a pickup game or two. If you guys could mention it on the podcast, that would be cool. And Wes is always wrong. See ya.